What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's rundown we're going to be breaking down the trade that the Flyers made, trading away Ivan Provorov and Danny Briere and Keith Jones' first trade as the management team for the Flyers. It's Keith Jones with the president of hockey operations and with Danny Briere as the GM. I loved this trade. I feel like the Flyers got a steal from the Blue Jackets and the Kings. I just don't understand what the other two teams were doing in this deal, because the Flyers, they got a lot for only giving up two players, which were Provorov and Hayden Hodgkin, which I really don't think that either of them were going to contribute so much to this team going forward. We're in the rebuilding phase. Obviously, the Flyers stink, and they need to get better. They're in the new era of orange right now, so you're trying to get some more young guys in, trying to rebuild the culture of Flyers hockey. So making a move like this actually makes a lot of sense for the Flyers. Provorov, he's a solid defender. He's a solid defenseman. He's a solid player overall, but I just don't think he fits with the Flyers regime right now. So I think getting him out of the city, especially after all the comments he made about the homophobia and stuff, I just don't. I'm not gonna get into any political stuff right now, but it was just not a good look for him across the league. I feel like just the fans were like, it was mixed feelings with it. It was just all a mess. So I think that Ivan Provorov, his time in Philly was done. I want to thank him for doing very well with this team while he was here. It was a 7-year career with the Flyers, and I wish him the best of luck in Columbus, where he's going to be on the Blue Jackets now. So good luck to Ivan Provorov. But now we're going to talk about just Danny Briere getting off to a hot start with his Flyers, with his first time being the Flyers GM, his first ever trade for the Flyers, and it was a good one. This is the new era of orange. We're getting good trades done. The Flyers management has been awful for years. They don't know what they're doing half the time. Johnny Gaudreau, not signing him, for me, it was the final move of just, what is this team doing? They did not know what they were doing after they did not sign Johnny Gaudreau. This team is awful when it comes to making decisions that will benefit the team, that is beneficial for the team. But now that we have Danny Briere in here, I really think that he's going to do a good job. This new era of orange that they're talking about, I'm liking it so far, and I'm hoping this trend continues later on in the off season, building in the next season, in the first season of this new era of orange rebuild. So Danny Briere, off to a great start. I'm loving the moves right now. Hopefully he can continue to make good moves, get some of our veteran guys out. Like, I think Kevin Hayes got to go. Maybe Sean Couturier. I don't know yet, but some of the veterans got to go. We got to get this team young again. There's rumors that Carter Hart's going to be out the door soon, which Carter Hart's one of my favorite players, so that would suck if they had to get rid of him. But it's all right if we do, because we just got Cal Peterson, actually. He was a goaltender in the trade, so we're going to talk about him a little later. But the first thing I want to talk about really is the trade details that involve the Flyers. So the Blue Jackets, they would get Ivan Provorov, so he was the centerpiece of this trade. That was why so many players were involved. Ivan Provorov, the main deal, get him out of Philadelphia and remove him, or put him in Columbus. So the Flyers trade Ivan Provorov to the Blue Jackets, and then the Kings get Hayden Hodgkin from the Flyers. I don't believe he's ever made an appearance with the Flyers. He's played down in the minors, but yeah, he was just another piece to give to the Kings in this deal to get them a part of it. And the Flyers, they got a load of players and not first round, but just picks in general. So I'm going to just talk about what they got in this haul. So the Flyers get the 2023 first round pick from the Blue Jackets. This was 22nd overall. A 2024 second round pick from the Kings, and a 2024 conditional second round pick from the Blue Jackets. So I believe that's a third round pick, and depending on how Ivan Provorov does, I think that can become a second round pick. But right now, it's considered a third round pick. And then we get Cal Peterson, Sean Walker, and Helge Grans. So the Flyers got a lot. They got some young guys. I know Helge Grans is only like 21 years old, so I think he could become something in the future for the Flyers. But I really just like this move. We got picks. We got a first round pick too, and then we got a couple second round picks. I just love that the Flyers are making moves for young players as well as picks. We got six pieces in this deal. There were only a couple other pieces, and I don't even think there were six other pieces a part of the deal, and we got 6 pieces a part of the deal. I just think it was a great move by Danny Briere to make this trade with the Blue. It was a 3-team deal. Blue Jackets, Kings, and Flyers. I really feel like Danny Briere did a nice job in getting these teams involved and distributing it easily and getting a lot in return. So I really, really like what they were able to do for this. What he's been able to do for this team. So if he can keep making decisions like this and moves like this going forward, I'm gonna really start liking this new era of Orange. I'm not really sold on it yet, but if he can keep making moves like this, then I'm gonna be on board soon. Now, it's not going to be a long rundown, but I kind of want to talk about how the absence of Provorov will kind of affect the team and how it will fit. I don't think that it's going to really affect us too much. It's obviously going to hurt us on the defensive side and hurt guys like Carter Hart when he's trying to play goalie, really. He's not going to have as much support on the defensive line, but that gives time for young guys to step up and become defensemen, maybe defensemen of the future for the Flyers. That's why they got a guy like Sean Walker and Helge Grans. They're both defensive guys, and Sean Walker, I believe, is like 28, so he's not been doing too much in the league, but he's more of an older guy, but it's just another guy. It's a depth piece you can have on defense. Helge Grans, I think he's going to make a big impact later down the road. He's only 21 years old, so he does have time to develop. So Helge Grans, always another player that you would like to get in this deal. And then Cal Peterson, he's a goalie, and he might end up contending for the starting goalie job if Carter Hart is shipped out the door. It looked like they were working on a trade for Carter Hart. So if Carter Hart does get traded, then Cal Peterson might be the starting goaltender. But there's also guys like Sam Ersson and Felix Sandstrom. Like, there's guys on this team that can play goalie other than Carter Hart, but you would hate to lose Carter Hart. The reason Carter Hart has not really bad numbers, but he doesn't have the greatest numbers. That's because the defense that the Flyers have built around him is absolutely awful, and he doesn't have a chance to make these kinds of plays or make these kinds of saves because the Flyers' defense is terrible and they cannot help him. He needs help. As a goaltender, you need help in the NHL. Sorry, there's a fly. You need help in the NHL as a goaltender. You can't have an awful defense and expect to be making 1 million saves per game. So I think that the new defensive additions are going to help us down the long run. You get some young guys in there, see if they can improve the defensive line. But Ivan Provorov, he's going to be missed on that defensive line. Hopefully some young guys can step up and fill his role. But yeah, so that's really talking about the new guys. There's not really much else I want to go over in this video, just that I'm really excited to see what these guys do. I'm also really excited to see how Danny Briere treats the rest of the Flyers all season. The season starts late September, October, so we're going to be looking out for these young guys as the season starts to pick up and as it's getting underway in the preseason. I'm gonna keep an eye out on these guys we got in this trade as the first Danny Briere trade in the new era of Orange. So we got to see how they're going to do, and I also want to see what we're going to get out of these draft picks. We have one 2023 pick. It's the first round pick. So what are we going to get in return? What is this first round pick going to be? Is he going to be good? Is he going to kind of bring us into? Is he going to I don't know. Is he going to improve our team down the line? Is he going to be a good draft pick? So that's 2 first-round picks for the Flyers now, and I'm excited to watch the NHL draft and see who they get with those 2 first-round picks and eventually improve this team. It shouldn't be a long rebuild if Danny Briere and Keith Jones know what they're doing. It might take a year of being awful because you got some young guys you want to experiment with, and it might take another year kind of finding what you want and develop those guys, and then the third year is kind of getting back into the playoffs, try to get back into the Stanley Cup playoffs, because the Flyers have come close. They've been in contention these last couple years until the midway point of the season and then completely fall off and play awful. I'm hoping that if this year sucks, oh well, maybe next year they can start to build back up their way into the playoffs. And third year, it's go from there. You got to find out your team identity. And if this new era of Orange is the thing to be, then you got to show it. You got to back it up. And you got to provide some playoff talent within the next couple years for this Flyers team. But that's going to do it for this Flyers rundown. It's the first Flyers rundown we actually have done on the channel. I've done a Flyers video here and there, but this is the first Flyers rundown I've done, and I'm going to do a lot more of it during this off season as well as throughout the Flyers season. I just didn't have the time really with everything else going on, but I love the Flyers, and I really want to get more videos out of them, especially now that the new era of Orange is in, so I want to talk about them a lot more trades to come. I'll let you guys know as soon as a Carter Hart trade drops. If it drops, I'll try to let you guys know as soon as possible, give you all the details. But that's going to do it for me. Make sure to like the video and subscribe so you stay up to date with all things Philly sports. I'd really appreciate it. Let's try to get to 600 subscribers, hopefully before, I'll say August. Before August, I would like to try to get to 600 subscribers. Make sure to watch the videos all the way to the end because that kind of boosts my watch hours, and eventually, hopefully down the road, I can get monetized. But road to 1,000 subscribers eventually. But right now, road to 600 subscribers before August. Let's try to get these watch hours up. Comment down below what you guys want to see next. I'm probably going to do maybe some prospect breakdowns here and there. I think I might do an Eagles prospect breakdown next. I'm not going to tell you who it is yet because I want you guys to be surprised. But just comment down below what you guys want to see for these next videos. So that's going to do it for me, and I'll see you guys in the next rundown.